Hello and welcome, class of 24. Welcome to Slippery Rock. I am Dr. Ken Messina. I am the clinical director for the Student Counseling Center here on campus. Wanted to take some time and give you a run through of what our services are, how you can access us, and some of the unique things we do here on campus. Unfortunately, I wish I could be meeting with you in person. However, with things the way they are, online is going to have to do for now. Hopefully, within a few months, next semester, maybe things will start getting back to normal and we can have some good in-person interactions. But we're glad you're here. We're glad you chose Slippery Rock. I think you'll enjoy your time here. We have a great supportive faculty and staff that are here to support you as you go through your academic journey towards graduation. So welcome. So first, let's just talk about where we are. We're located in Rhodes Hall, which is on the upper end of campus. Our office is in 118 Rhodes Hall. So if you go in through the main entrance, you'll see the signs that'll take you back to our office. We are open Monday and Tuesday, 10 to 6:30, and then Wednesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. To make an appointment, all you have to do is call our phone number, which is on the screen here, or email us at scc@sru.edu. Now, who are we? So we have a number of counselors on staff. Most are PhD level counselors, and we have our licensed master's level counselors as well. One of the things we're doing this year, since we're predominantly going to be online in the fall, is we're putting together some videos so you can get to know the counselors. So if you call and you know you get scheduled with me, you can go to our website, which is linked here, and see a short video of the counselor you're scheduled with, giving a little introduction about themselves. So as we get closer to the beginning of the semester, I'm hoping to have all those videos up and linked for you to check out and see who our counselors are and get a chance to meet them. I think you'll be happy with the counselors that you meet, and we have a great staff that is always willing to help and be there for you. So in addition to all of our counselors, we also have a number of counselors in training. These are students that are in our master's level counseling program. Usually they're college counseling majors and going to training to be college counselors, or they're clinical mental health counselors that want to work with a college-age population. All the students are supervised by me personally, so we interact with them very closely, and they're always going to be supervised by a licensed staff. These students are in their kind of final semesters and getting ready to be in the field, so they're a step away from being licensed counselors like the rest of us. So you may see one of our professional staff, or you may see one of our counselors in training, but we all see students throughout the semester in our counseling center. So they'll be happy and able to work with you just as well as some of our full-time staff. So what are we about? So first of all, our Student Counseling Center is a student-centered service. We believe that students are the main consumers of the university. You are the population that we are here for. We serve you. We're here to help. Our job is to help you get the most out of your time here at Slippery Rock. And that can be helping you address any number of problems that come up, or managing more significant mental health issues. It could be just simply adjusting to life on campus here, or struggling with some anxiety. There's any number of issues. Nothing is ever too big or too small. What I always encourage students to do is, when you first start to think that you're struggling or having a problem with something, come in. It's much easier to get out in front of these things than to try and address them when things have gotten too far. So if you start to notice you're feeling down, you're feeling anxious, you're just not happy, or you're struggling with an issue in particular, come and see us. We can see you for one session or any number of sessions. Just make sure you reach out and come get that help. Our focus is on the goals you want to achieve. So whatever you come in for, it is completely directed by you. You say you want to work on having less stress around tests, we can help with that. You want to adjust to being on campus, or work on your relationships. Whatever that issue is that brought you in, whatever your goal is for counseling, that's what we're here to help you with. You may discover some other things you want to work on as you go, but it's completely up to you. So when you're done, services are done. So You are the guide. You are in charge of your care with our office. But why? Why do students come to counseling? There are so many reasons. Students come for any number of things, from self-improvement to adjustment to college life, all the way up to having some significant mental health issues like suicidal thoughts or depression or anxiety. But really, it can be any of those things and anything in between. Anything you struggle with is a good reason to come to counseling. Just having a tough day sometimes is a good enough reason to come into counseling. Our goal is really just to address your need and to help you improve on things that you're already doing. So you may think, you know what, I'm doing pretty well, but I could be doing this better. Well, come talk to us. We may be able to help with that. Some common reasons, well, these are a lot of common reasons, but there are a ton of common reasons people come. And there's, like I said, no issue is too small or too big for us to help with. So if any of these things or something that's not even on there are a reason for you to come on in, and we will definitely do our best to help you. But the most common reasons we see students: stress, anxiety, and depression. And this is really consistent with what we see in college counseling centers across the country. So sometimes college is stressful. We know that. But sometimes we need a little help in addressing it. Sometimes anxiety and loneliness and depression and sadness can creep in. And those can also be byproducts of stress. So, let's get in, talk to one of our counselors, and we can help you address those as they come up. So what services do we have? Well, number one, all of our services are free. You don't pay anything. We don't collect insurance information, none of that. It's absolutely free. You don't have to worry about any charge. There's no bills going anywhere. It is absolutely free for everything that we do. We are a service to you. There's no limit on the number of sessions. Like I said before, you can have one session. You can see somebody throughout your entire college career. It's really kind of up to you and what that need is. So we're here to help, and as long as we're being helpful, we want to keep seeing you. When you're done, we're done. The other big thing is our services are completely confidential. We follow all the confidentiality guidelines for our profession, which means that we can't communicate with anyone else without your permission. So we don't talk to your parents. We don't talk to your professors. None of that. The only time that ever changes is if a student is actively a threat to themselves or somebody else. Then we have to ensure safety. But other than that, your sessions with us are completely confidential. We have to have you sign a piece of paper to even acknowledge that you're coming to services here. So even when we have one of those releases, our counselors are very strict on making sure that we only share the minimum amount of information necessary. So if you need a list of your sessions, that's all that's going to go out is a list of your sessions after you sign a release for us. So there's no worry about this being tied to your academic record or professor finding out. No one will know unless you want them to, and we let you make that decision. We're also collaborative. We work with you, and like I said, it's student-centered. So we work with you instead of for you, or in a lead role. Instead, we work together, and we work through your issues together with you, because it's about what you want to get out of counseling. So some of the services we offer individual counseling. That's one-on-one with a counselor. We also offer group counseling, and we have different group offerings that change throughout the year. So we have a number of groups ready for fall, and we'll have a different set of groups ready for spring. We also may offer some mid-semester that, we see a big need for this throughout the year. So we try and keep our groups as relevant as possible. You don't have to be involved in individual counseling to be in group counseling. Any student can be part of group counseling. We also do couple and relationship counseling. So that's with two or more people that are in a relationship or find themselves as a couple. We can do that type of counseling. We also have walk-in and emergency services. So normally when campus is fully open and we're allowed to be face-to-face with people, we have walk-in hours every hour that we're open. So if you are just having a horrible day, you don't have to be open with us for services. You can just come in and you will see a counselor. I have counselors assigned every hour that we're open just for those walk-in appointments. So whether it's you think you bombed a test and you're freaking out, or your significant other broke up with you and you're just really struggling with it, or you just, for whatever reason, feel really down or sad or just struggling to get through the day, just come in. If we're open, you'll be seen. We also do outreach, and I'll get into some specific things we're doing for the fall, I think on the next slide. But usually what we do is we do a lot of like classroom presentations. So when you take your first classes, you're probably going to see a presentation from us that's going to go over a lot of this same stuff. We also do workshops and different events on campus that we either sponsor or we take part in. So we might do like a workshop on managing anxiety or depression, or time management, stress management, healthy relationships. You never know. Whatever really the need is and what seems interesting for students, we're probably going to do some sort of outreach or workshop or big presentation for everybody to attend. We also do referrals. So if you think, I really want to see a counselor, but I really, really don't want to do it on campus, that's fine. We can help you find someone off campus to work with. We can also work with you if you want referred out for a different type of service, maybe case management, something like that. We can help bridge that gap and get you linked with a service off campus. Or if there's a type of specialty counseling that we don't offer that you think would be beneficial and you want to do, we can work with you in doing that. We don't usually open someone as a client if they're going somewhere else, but we can see you until you get into that first appointment. So we're more than happy to refer for that. Or if you need a referral for a psychiatrist, we can work with you to refer you out to a local psychiatrist. Consultation, we do various consultation with faculty and staff around campus. You can also schedule a consultation session just to kind of come in, talk to a counselor and figure out, is counseling needed, or is it something you want to do? We have that available as well. And those are usually shorter half-hour sessions. Individual and counseling, usually about 45 to 50 minutes per session. Group counseling sessions, we usually schedule for an hour and a half. More people, it's usually a lot longer. And the couple and relationship counseling, that's usually about 45 minutes as well. So if you have a gap in classes, we can squeeze you in then. Or if you're done at a certain time, we're pretty flexible with our scheduling. So usually we can find a time that works for you. So what's different with fall? Well, number one, we're all online. We're going to be using telehealth. And that means we're going to be using Zoom or phone options. So if you're not comfortable with Zoom, we can always use the phone. Our Zoom is encrypted. It meets all the HIPAA compliance that's required for counselors. So it's completely private. We do ask that if you are doing services and you're doing Zoom, make sure you're in a quiet, private area. We can't have other people kind of, walking in the room or overhearing sessions. That violates confidentiality. There are private rooms that are going to be available on campus, and these are going to be kind of first come, first serve. So if you're on campus or you're living in off-campus housing right around Slippery Rock here, you can use one of these private rooms in either the Smith Student Center. We have room 316, and we have private meeting room in the Women's Center that'll be open on first come, first serve basis. And there's also private study rooms in the library you can use. You'll have to bring your own devices for that. So your laptop, cell phone, tablet, whatever it is you have that you would use to connect, you can use. So if you just don't feel comfortable in the space you're in and need a private place, you can use one of those rooms to connect with us for your sessions. We also have YouTube videos. So we have our own YouTube channel. If you go to the link that's at the bottom of this, or just go to the services section of our website, you'll find a link to our YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, we have our counselors, and some of our counselors in training and interns have done YouTube videos, and we're going to continue to put those out through the fall. Hopefully every week we'll be updating with new videos and new presentations on different subjects. So there's some on managing anxiety and depression. We have videos on how to help a friend that you think is struggling. So check that out. We also will put something out on Twitter when we update those videos, so you'll have a link through there as well. We're going to be scheduling some live Zoom workshops for students, so some of that outreach that we would normally do in person, we'll probably do them over like an open live Zoom. One of our counselors is also doing a weekly blog. So it's usually going to be tied to whatever the topic of our YouTube video is, but she'll be doing a blog on different mental health topics and wellness related topics. So make sure you go to our website. It'll have the full list of services there, and it'll have links to everything as well. We also have a service called TAL Connect, which you'll find on that website as well. What that is it's an online module that you can work through that has different kind of self-help things that students have found valuable over time. So check that out too. It's completely free as well. You just create an account with your SRU login, your email and your password, and it will sign you up, and you can download the app from the Play Store or from the Apple Store. Now, our walk-in emergency services are going to be a little bit different because we are doing all telehealth. So they're going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Anytime during those times, we're going to have a counselor assigned for walk-in and emergency services. What we do ask is that you call ahead. We have to ensure that we have the space and we can meet the social distancing requirements through the university and Department of Public Health. So we have limited space in our waiting room, and we also have one room available where you can connect to our counselors in our office here. So if you come in for an emergency or a walk-in session, if you can call ahead and just make sure that there's a space for you, we'd appreciate that in an emergency. And sometimes you're not thinking about that. Please do come in, just walk in if you have to, and we will get you hooked up from there. You can also call and we can connect you, from your dorm room, one of those private meeting rooms, really wherever you're at, as long as you have a device available, we can still connect you with that on-call counselor, that walk-in counselor to meet with you. So really it's all about just making sure that we have the physical space, because our waiting room's a little small, so we had to reduce the amount of people we can have in there at one time. After hours, contact the Student Health Center. We work really closely with Student Health Center and with student support. Student Health Center is open 24 hours a day. So if you're having an emergency and it can't wait, and it's after 4 or before 10, make sure you call the health center. They are fantastic over there. After working with them over the past year, it has been really great. They're a good resource, for when our counselors aren't available, and they're open 24/7. So anytime outside of those hours, you can always call them and they can help. So how can you contact us? How can you interact with us? Well, our phone number is up here. You can call to make an appointment, or you can email. So if you don't feel confident calling, or you're not in a space where you can call to make an appointment, you can also email us to make an appointment. Our website's up here. You're going to find those faculty intro videos that I told you about under our faculty and staff tab. All the services and links to all of our services are up under that services tab. And also just general contact information is up there too if you can't find it. If you go to the SRU website, just type in Counseling Center in the search box and we're the first thing that pops up. You can also follow us on Twitter. So we're at SRU Counseling on Twitter. We usually post our upcoming events, our group schedules, different things going on campus. We usually promote through Twitter and through some other areas as well. But as we're online this semester, I think Twitter is probably going to be one of our main modes of communication. Our YouTube videos, links there. We have our own YouTube channel. We're the SRU Counseling Center, Student Counseling Center on there. So look for us on YouTube. Like I said, we're going to be updating that probably weekly. Our intro videos for our counselors are going to be on there as well, in addition to all that other content that we're going to have on there. We have some other things coming up that we're planning that we're not quite ready to announce yet that we're going to be doing for students in this upcoming year. So definitely keep an eye out on different things we're doing and events that are coming up, because it's going to be kind of exciting, some of the things we have in the works. So that's all I have for you today. Welcome to Slippery Rock. We're so glad to have you here. If you have any questions, feel free to contact our office at that email, that scc@sru.edu. It was hopefully quick and painless for you. and not that drive of presentation. But number one thing to remember is if you're struggling, if you're having a problem, come talk to a counselor. We're here to help. That is our role. That is our job in life. So please come in. We hope to see you. If not in session, then hopefully at one of the events that we have, or live Zooms that we're doing this semester. So follow us on Twitter. Keep up with what we're doing, and we'll see you. Good luck and welcome.